Kieran, thanks for talking to us. Of course, a lot of positives from Tuesday night and hopefully not too draining from a physical point of view.
No, of course it was a tough game. 94 minutes of competitive action. Could have been 120. But no, we've had a few with some bumps and bruises since the game, and a few who've needed the recovery time. But a game like this, we'll be ready. There'll be plenty of energy in the tank. We've worked hard all season for games like this, so we know what we need to do, and everyone who's available will certainly be ready.
And absolutely, you won't want to delve into individual names too much, but one person that didn't travel to Burnley was Lee Evans. Just wondered how he's getting on. Yeah,
he's got a little issue in his knee, so he's not going to be available for tomorrow. We're seeing a specialist with it next week to see how long he's going to need to recover.
How much of a platform can that Burnley game be for the rest of the season?
That's up to us, really. Look, it's the FA Cup, so it's a different competition. It's a completely different type of game to what we face most weeks, different type of game to what we face tomorrow. The bit for us that we spoke about after the game, and I spoke about after the game, was certainly the levels of concentration, of alertness that you have to give to compete with a team like Burnley. We have to find ways to bring that to every game, and like I've said, there's lots of different reasons why it doesn't always come as easy, even though the level of the opponent is not the same, but that's the challenge that we have to do. So there's things that we can take, lessons that we can take from it. I don't think it has a massive bearing on tomorrow, to be honest. More so for our development as a team and for the players to realise certain things from that game that can help them in the future.
We spoke to Sam Moores. He said there might not be too much that you can take from the fixture up at Hillsborough, but some things. There's two different teams now. What are you taking from that game up there?
Yeah, it's not the one that we've looked at the most, to be honest. From a tactical point of view, they went with a different approach to that game in the first half than what they have done in most games this season. So it's not one that we've poured over, really. I think it's as you said, it's a different game. With both teams will have some different players on the pitch. We had a point there last time. We won it to be 3, but it was a really good game, high level game, hard game. And we know we're going to be in for more of the same tomorrow. We want to come out on the winning end this time.
When it's a big game, of course, there's a lot of talk about the pressure and things like that. So how do you make sure that the coaches and the staff, everyone together, just ensures that they're focused on the job at hand?
Yeah, I think, look, it's every game that you have like this, whether it was this or Plymouth or Peterborough before that or Derby before that, is always going to be built up as a really big game. We know there's 3 points for every game. Of course, the teams who are closer to you, when you win against them, it means that they don't win that weekend, so it adds a little bit more. It's a game that we're really looking forward to, and I think that has to be the mindset. We want to be competing for things. We want to be competing against the best team. Sheffield are certainly one of the best teams in the division, and we want to test ourselves up against them tomorrow, and it's going to be a really good game to be involved in, a great support, 2 good teams, and we have to focus on the performance and look forward to the whole occasion and playing in front of a full Portman Road and make sure that we give a really good account of ourselves and give ourselves the best chance to win.
They are on a good run of form. What do they bring to the party at Portman Road?
I think they've been pretty consistent over their time in League One in the last season and this season, and what they bring. They have lots and lots of individual quality. They have physicality of the highest level, really, you can get at this division. A big strong side, and they've shown that they can win games in different ways and win lots of games in tight margins, and they can also blow some teams away. So they're a good side, well managed by Darren, lots of good players, good team. They're on a good run for a reason, but we have to focus on ourselves. We have belief in ourselves. It's it's a team that we want to challenge ourselves against. We haven't played them at home yet in my time here, so I'm looking forward to seeing how we go up against them at Portman Road. And I always back that if we're at our best, then we're a very, very difficult team to play against.
And again, you won't want to go into the tactical approach, but what could be the key areas tomorrow? What could be the things that make a difference?
I think there's so many, really. I said there's good players in both teams. There's good matchups on both teams. We've scored, in general, a lot of goals in the league. Sheffield have the best defensive record in the league. They've not conceded many goals lately, so we know they're not going to be easy to break down, and our attacking players can have to be really good to break them down. we score the most set plays in the league. They haven't conceded a set play since September, and they're good at set plays as well. So I think it's going to be a good battle in all aspects. Both teams have their strengths. They have different ways of going about it, but we'll try and impose their strengths on the opposition. And it's impossible to say exactly which matchup will be the important one in the day, but we want to come out on top and as many different aspects of the games as we can and give ourselves the best chance to win it.
You mentioned the fans as well, and it was an intimidating atmosphere up at Hillsborough, but we've seen that at Portman Road, Plymouth, Portsmouth, Derby. How much of a part can they play?
Yeah, a big part to play. I think it was an intimidating atmosphere for Sheffield for the first 70 minutes, to be fair. And yeah, our fans have been brilliant, especially in these type of games. I think that they've really stepped up. The atmosphere has been excellent. We've only lost one at home. We've had a few draws that we would have liked to have had wins, but we've only lost one at home. Our home performances and results are generally strong, and the turnouts have been great. And we know, I think everyone going to that stadium tomorrow knows the challenge what's ahead of us. As you say, Sheffield are on such a good run. It's not going to take a normal effort to win. It's going to take a massive effort, and I think that's what everyone has to be and is ready to give tomorrow.
Is that quite an exciting thing as well for the whole group?
I think so. Yeah, it's a great challenge. I say they've lost so few games. They've not lost in so long. They've not conceded a goal in so long. So it's a great challenge for us in the league. They've not done that. So it's a great challenge for us, for the players, for the staff, for the supporters as well. And again, we know that if we can find our really high level performance, we're a tough team to play against. It's a tough place to come. It's a tough place for opposition to come, and we want Sheffield to really feel that tomorrow.